Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, December 11th, 2016. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain. Only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions and Nature Realms guardians and the invasions from above continue apace.
There's so much argument.
Today is just chock full of arguers from above. They're arguing about every single solitary detail of every conversation.
That's true.
Everything is an enormous argument.
That's true.
In times like this, it's crucial to stick with the foundational instructions that have stood the test of time. Our intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, that restriction clearly applying to those from above. No matter what these liars from above do and don't do, we still intend to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. Just hand over hand pulling out the stuff that's blocking the way. Just pull it out, hand it up, and if no one will take it, then put it on the shelf. At least put it on the shelf.
That's
At least
true.
get it out of there and put
That's
it on the
true.
shelf. Do something to get this out of here. And then we can start to burn with the with the intention to burn untruth, extract truth, empower the dead in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration, especially burning that which is on the shelf.
That's true.
But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, and the pencil point is circling around to the obvious issue right now, which is that the input seems to be fully untruthful. They're just arguing with every statement, which seems to be a very bland statement of fact.
That's true.
We're facing northwest, and then there's shrieking arguments about that.
Yes,
It's
that's
like,
true.
Quite clearly, that direction is northwest. We are facing northwest.
Yes, that's true.
Why are we arguing about this? And the arguments continue apace with every single point.
That's true.
What now? What now, in order to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to save the nature realms? That's something that many people actually want. Many people actually like natural environments.
That's
They
true.
might not be doing anything whatsoever about that, but they do like them. They find them pleasing, peaceful, helpful to their well-being.
That's true.
And they don't actually want the nature realms destroyed. And yet they're continuing to do crazy things like drive their big gas guzzlers around and not move toward alternative fuels. They don't have solar panels on their houses. They're not investing in wind farms. They're pretending that somebody else will do that on their behalf, but that's not looking good.
That's true.
And we're to the tipping point of disaster. We're past, somebody's saying we're past the tipping point of disaster. And so now it's a question of mitigation, is what this presence is saying.
That's true.
And so we've got to do something about this extreme lack of integrity that plays out in this unidimensional shadow show, but it also plays out in the multidimensional shadow show.
That's
There's
true.
an extreme lack of integrity. And part of our important foundational work is holding a space for search for truth and upgrading integrity levels to that which will actually work to manifest the divine plan.
That's true.
But manifesting the divine plan is a stretch goal, somebody's saying.
I hear.
And it's important to have intermediate goals, or the stretch goals won't ever come into being. And
That's
one
true.
intermediate goal could be to save the nature realms that many people like. I think most people like the nature realms. I think very few sentiences dislike the nature realms.
I think that's true.
They just seem to think that the nature realms can take an unending torrent of abuse and exploitation.
Yes, that's true.
And that's not the case. The nature realms has a limit. What now, in order to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to save the nature realms? What now? See those snow fields way up high and have the intention to deliver big piles of these lies up there, just squishing these big channels clear over and over. But what do I notice? I notice that squishing them clear isn't enough because they're starting to fall down flat. We've got to electrify them with the questions. What now, in order to save the nature realms? What now, in order to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to save the nature realms? Because lots of people greenwash. They say they're saving the planet or saving the nature realms, but they're doing virtually nothing.
That's true.
People even talk about minimizing their footprint. They know all the keywords, but they're doing nothing.
That's true.
What's missing is integrity. They're saying the right things by and large. Most people are saying the right things. They're just doing nothing.
That's true.
Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Well, I don't get anything, but I do know that we can continue to clear these channels and ask the questions.
That's true, and there's a lot of gunk clearing out.
Yep, but to get them way up onto desks of adults who should be taking responsibility, perhaps that doesn't really work. The snowy fields seem to be the best places to put these. I don't know why. Ooh, because there are dead children commingled in with the lies, maybe. That could be. I just know it feels really wrong to put them on the desks. We just tried it again and it still feels wrong.
That's true.
And it feels better to deliver them to the snowy fields. Now,
in order to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to save the nature realms.
We can screen out all who just want to talk and who aren't willing to take, who haven't been taking actions. How do we know what we're willing to do, what we're doing? And so all who are just talking and not taking personally inconvenient and often painful actions, they're fakers. And that's just the reality of it. We're past the tipping point for disaster, and now we're into the effort to mitigate the disaster. And it's past time for talk. It's time for action, painful action. All of us need to put our wallets on the table and take painful action. All of us. What now? What now? What now? We screen out all those who are not taking painful action, who haven't already been taking painful action. Pain can be physical, it can be mental, it can be emotional, it can be financial, it can be interpersonal. Those of us who are willing to suffer losses. This is what we're doing in the run this morning. All of us who have paid a price for Search for Truth. A painful price to the Search for Truth Central Axis, all others flung away. And this is the same, all of us who are already paying painful prices on behalf of the nature realms to the Search for Truth Central Axis, all others flung away. There's so much arguing. Is it possible that the people who are arguing with us are confusing this body, which acts like a microphone and a speaker? Are they confusing the body with the allocators of karma? Why are they arguing? Look, take it up with them. Take it up with them. Why are you arguing with us? You're just being crazy. You're sounding full on crazy. You're arguing with obvious realities. Possibly you're really upset about the idea that your karmic record is not going to look very good.
That could be.
In which case you should take that up with the karmic allocators. Take it up with them.
They say I don't want to take it up with them. They're crooked. They're bad guys.
That's true.
I agree. It's true.
I agree. Okay, we'll reach higher.
They might have gone away, those people who were just speaking.
Yes, I don't hear them anymore.
That's true. Reach up.
It feels like the error is of not taking responsibility.
Yes,
Each of us for ourselves. We are all responsible for the choices that we make.
That's
our
true.
choices create our experience of sentience.
That's true.
We are all responsible for that. However, there's also choice in every moment. Every moment life begins again. We can make a new choice right now. Just simply start to choose to first acknowledge our errors, which we're all making all the time. Sentience is our error-making machines.
That's true.
But to acknowledge, oh my goodness, look at this terrible stream of mistakes, this error pattern that I have.
That's true.
And to correct it. And it's a huge, enormous error pattern to not take responsibility, not only for ourselves, but for that which is important to us. No one else is going to be solving these problems.
That's true.
If someone else were going to solve these problems, they would have done it by now. It's up for each of us to do, and it's on all of our karmic records. It's on all of our heads, for example, who are citizens of the United States, that our military is being so abusive to such a large portion of the planet.
That's true.
It's our responsibility. We're citizens. It's on our heads. We share in the karmic debt. We do. I do. You do. We all do. Unfortunately. That's the reality of it. What now? What now? What now? In order to upgrade the standards of integrity to that which will actually work to save the nature realms. What now? They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to do what the situation calls for. They want somebody else to solve the problem for them, which isn't going to happen. We screen out all who aren't already taking actions, and painful actions.
That's true.
Because many people say they're taking action, and what they mean is, I bought some canvas grocery bags. It's true that I forget them, but I do own them.
I do have them.
Screen out all who are not already taking painful actions, and try to deliver them onto that snowy ice field, or a snowy ice field.
Yes.
What feels most peaceful here is to stop trying to get anybody to do anything and to just go up.
That is true.
It's like there's a stream of souls that's now just going
True.
like one bubble at a time, but they're going up. It's like single file. We're not able to get a wider opening right now other than single file, but they can get out single file.
That's true.
And to affiliate with the ones who are wanting to leave, the ones who are wanting to move out of the deeper, darker dimensions, to affiliate with them feels very peaceful.
That's true.
And what would that do? That would give us a merge, the best merge possible. And what would that do? That would allow them to get through when they can't get through anyplace else. And that's a good way to be of service.
That's true.
We can stay here holding this space, wanting desperately to get to a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration, and thereby allowing those who want to get there to get there.
That's true.
It's kind of paradoxical.
Correcting the errors for the decade of the 2010s, start to finish. Including the emissions for the decade of the 2010s, start to finish. including the emissions, for the lifetime of the Ground Zero hosts, start to finish. We're taking this poorly done work